University of Idaho students are hoping to release information to the public. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee, and we've been tracking active weather this morning. It's a little bit quiet in the Columbia Basin right now, but it's not going to stay that way. Let's take a peek outside on our Skywatch radar. And you are seeing active weather moving across Hermiston. We've been seeing kind of a wintry mix there this morning. It continues to move up from the south, and we'll continue to see more active weather throughout the day. Let's talk about road reports, mountain pass conditions. Snoqualmie Pass has light snow with chains required, no oversized vehicles. White Pass closed in both directions due to some avalanche or snow slides yesterday. Stevens Pass has light snow, also chains required there. And Meacham, we're talking I-84, 4 miles east of LeGrand, is also closed to the Idaho border. So lots of active weather, 18 degrees on the Skycam. Feels like 9. We have winds at 7 miles per hour. So very chilly morning. Do want to bundle up once again today. Here's the storm track moving in. So we have a southerly flow that's changing, and that's going to bring that warmer air. It's going to push that Arctic air out. Still sitting on top of the Columbia Basin today, though, but gradually moving out. And as it does, this winter storm will transition to a wintry mix right around the state line between Washington and Oregon, and that will continue tomorrow. So look for afternoon snow. We're expecting 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. Gonna get that snow shovel ready. You're gonna need it today. Temperatures gradually warming as we move towards the weekend. Another chance for wintry mix on Friday and heavy mountain snow, so check the past reports. Lots to get to. My first alert, full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Schools across our region are delayed and closed now this morning. Athena Weston, Elgin, Milton Freewater, Goldendale, Starbuck, Dixie, Walla Walla, LeGrand, North Powder, Union, and College Place school districts are on a 2-hour delay, along with Calvary Christian School. The Ione, Morrow County, Pilot Rock, and Umatilla school districts are on a 3-hour delay. And the Pendleton and Helix school districts are closed for the day. The Sela police officer involved in a shooting during a reported burglary investigation has been identified as Officer Michael Kramer. The shooting happened Sunday. The Yakima Valley Special Investigations Unit identified the suspect as 35-year-old Corey M. Falconer. The Sela Police Department is doing an administrative review on the case to determine if the officer's actions were within the Sela Police Department's policies and procedures. There were a number of accidents on I-82 yesterday, including this one on the eastbound side near Badger Canyon. According to Washington State Patrol, a number of semi-trucks jackknifed on the eastbound side. Both lanes of traffic were shut down for a couple of hours. Apple Valley News Now spoke with a local resident who lived near where the first truck lost control.
The dog started pestering me when something was wrong. And so about the time I started realizing they were acting different, then I got a text from a friend asking if this accident was in our backyard. So I got in the car, I couldn't say anything from the house, and drove across the bridge and saw the horrible mess.
No major injuries were reported. The crash also took out the nearby "Welcome to Kennewick" sign. At least 7 people have died in Oregon this week due to severe winter weather. According to Lake Oswego authorities, one victim was an elderly man who was killed when a tree fell on his house. Another person was killed after a tree landed on an RV that was being heated by a stove, causing the RV to catch fire. Portland area officials say they're investigating 4 deaths that are believed to be caused by hypothermia. Over 3 million people in the area were under ice storm warnings yesterday as a new storm moved in. The Weather Service is also warning drivers that the rain is likely to turn to ice on the roads, creating more dangerous conditions. Lawyers for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students are asking for the judge to let the public hear some of their arguments. Judge John Judge denied both of the defense's attempts to get charges dismissed back in December. Just before Christmas, Koberger's team asked the judge to reconsider that decision, filing a sealed request. Now they want the public to hear their reasonings. The case is marked with multiple media restrictions due to a strict gag order in place. Washington State University unionized student workers went on strike yesterday after a year of negotiations. but the union came to a tentative agreement with the administration not long after hitting the picket line. According to the union, the deal came when the administration made last-minute important concessions, including more affordable health care, higher wages, 6 weeks of paid parental leave, and other benefits. The agreement is now headed to the union bargaining members for a vote that starts tomorrow. If ratified, the contract will be valid through August of 2026 and will be the first contract for the academic student employees of the university. Today is the second day of the Richland School District's Forum to discuss perspectives on an adjusted calendar. RSD is considering shortening the summer break to 8 weeks, 2 weeks shorter than what it is currently. The discussion started last year at the beginning of the school year to determine what could the school's calendar do to help students be more successful. The district put a committee together, and there was a book study done on potential academic and social benefits in shortening summer breaks and putting more breaks throughout the school year. RSD Assistant Superintendent over Secondary Schools, Tori Christensen, says there's been plenty of debate over the possible change, which is what the district wants to hear.
Some people think it's a great idea. Some people think it could be, but I have some questions. And some people think, no, we probably don't want to do that. And so, that's what really these community forums are about. The survey that's going to go out to the community and the teachers and the educators and staff members, that's what that's all about. And students, we're going to survey a bunch of people. We're going to figure out what people think and try to do what's best for students for sure.
You can see an example schedule on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And if you want to get involved, there's a Zoom meeting happening tonight at 6:30. There's also a link on our website. The decision is ultimately going to come from the school board, who is considering information from the forums, surveys, and comments. There's a new elementary school in the Kennewick School District. A ribbon cutting took place yesterday to celebrate the reopening of Ridgeview Elementary. The 30-classroom building replaced the old one in the same location at West 13th Avenue and South Young Street. Construction finished in December, and the school opened to students on January 3rd. The ribbon cutting ceremony also included the chance to tour the new school. Yakima Valley College announced that enrollment is up by 11.5% compared to last year's winter quarter. Their degree and certificate programs went up by 13.4%, while numbers for the Running Start program grew 23% over the last year. YVC President Linda Kaminsky says their focus is to prepare students to thrive both professionally and in life. The deadline to apply for degree or certification programs for spring quarter is February 20th. And now let's take a look at your morning weather forecast. Here's Stacy.
Right now it's clear, cold, chilly. We have a little bit of snow happening in the northeast Oregon area. 18 degrees. Here's what's coming up in your future weather forecast.
Plus, with the weather outside leading to more time indoors with the kids, it can be a hard time for parents to get themselves time to themselves. When we come back, we'll have a few ways to practice self-care guilt-free.
So I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
Get any phone free when you switch.
It's Monday Night Football on Saturday afternoon. Houston travels to Baltimore to face the Ravens, with the winner moving on to battle for the AFC Championship. The Texans and the Ravens. It all starts with NFL Countdown at 11 a.m. Saturday on Apple Valley News Now.
Next ET, Law & Order SVU turns 25.
Wait, what?
But is it case closed for Benson and Stabler?
Y'all need to just hit a motel or something.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Boxing great Roy Jones Jr. returns to Legends Casino Hotel on Thursday, January 25th, promoting an action-packed card featuring Yakima's own Andrew Murphy, looking to remain unbeaten. Tickets start at $40 and are available at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends gift shop. Murphy has won all 7 of his professional bouts, including his last 3 at Toppamish, also appearing as stunning female fighter and WBF World Welterweight titleist Ikram Kurwa. Don't miss Andrew Murphy's return home. Live boxing at Legends Casino Hotel. Get your tickets now.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Austria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Next extra, The Bachelor is serving up one hot cup of Joe.
I'm still just Joey.
We are getting personal with the tennis pro, talking deal breakers and turn-ons.
Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
So I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
Get any phone free when you switch.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Self-care is a critical part of your well-being, and it includes anything you do to keep yourself healthy, both physically and mentally. But many times parents have a hard time finding the time and may feel badly about taking it. Mandy Gaither has tips for parents on how to overcome feelings of so-called mom guilt.
You want to take some you time, but there's dinner to make, laundry to wash, kids to care for. But health experts say self-care is critical for health.
There's a misunderstanding that it's something that's selfish, to take time for ourselves.
Dr. Melissa Young with Cleveland Clinic says parents can overcome guilt by recognizing self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. She says to pretend you have an energy bank.
We have to put deposits into the bank for our energy. We have to put deposits into the bank for calming our nervous system. If we're constantly running on being overdrawn, we're just never going to catch up.
It doesn't have to take long to recharge. If you only have a short time, meditate, go for a quick walk, take a bath, or spend time with friends.
Even if that's 5 minutes in a day to, be by yourself, have a quiet time, do some deep breathing. It's restorative.
Young says not to feel guilty about making ourselves healthier because it can also make us better partners and parents.
When we're stressed all the time, we can be very irritable, and then that doesn't help our relationships or help us necessarily parent any better.
And if your feelings of stress or anxiety get to be overwhelming, Young says a doctor can help. I'm Mandy Gaither.
Young says parents are role models for their children, so if self-care is a priority for a mom or dad, children are more likely to practice it too. More people under 50 are getting cancer. According to a report released Wednesday by the American Cancer Society, the under 50 age group was the only adult demographic group that saw an overall increase in cancer cases between 1995 and 2020. According to the American Cancer Society report, colorectal cancer has become the leading cause of cancer death in men under 50 and the second leading cause in women under 50. In the late 1990s, colorectal cancer ranked fourth for both men and women younger than 50. The report projects there will be about 2 million new cancer cases in the U.S. this year and about 600,000 cancer deaths. Overall, cancer deaths are down in the U.S., largely due to fewer people smoking, earlier detection, and improved treatments. Yesterday, Yakima County announced free nitrate and coliform testing for residents of the lower Yakima Valley. If your private or shared wells test positive for nitrates, you may qualify for extra services, which include free bottled water and free installation of an in-home water treatment system. Letters are going out starting this week to explain the program, along with a test strip that you can send back for testing. The Yakima Health District will then follow up with households who test positive for nitrate levels above the Environmental Protection Agency's standard. Coming up, another round of bitter cold air is expected to spread from the central U.S. across the country during the second half of this week. And we'll have a look at your first alert weather forecast.
my money.
ABC January starting tonight. All new episodes and hopefully
Anything but a whammy.
You are a millionaire.
press your luck on a new night tonight. ABC January.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened? Happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour playing Toyota Center January 21st and Yakima Valley Sundome January 22nd. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/WA for tickets.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
A small historic town in Idaho's Bitterroot Mountains.
It's really unparalleled. 2 ski resorts are 15 minutes away from here.
Wallace.
The entire city's on the National Register of Historic Places.
Fly the Northwest.
Just take a look around. It's gorgeous.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
When you cry, it's for a good reason.
Yeah, or a commercial. Sometimes commercials make me cry.
All right, I wasn't going to bring that up, but okay.
Next live, Sofia Vergara.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The Texans battle the Ravens Saturday on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning. We're in a weather alert day due to, well, snow headed our direction. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches, Columbia Basin, Yakima and Kittitas Valleys until late tonight. So that snow will kick up a little bit later this morning, late morning, early afternoon. We've been seeing some light snow and even some mixed precip around the Hermiston area earlier this morning. As we zoom in, we're starting to see that transition and move a little bit closer to the Washington state line from Oregon. And again, this is a southerly flow coming from the Pacific, from the west, and then up to from the south. So that's going to be warmer conditions coming our way. 18 degrees. That's the warmest it's been in the last couple of mornings. Our feels like temp, though, is 9 degrees due to some light winds out there, so chilly. Storm track today moving in from the coast, like I said, and then eventually coming up from the south. So we'll start to see those winds, and that's going to increase our temperatures. So as that cold front sticks around the Columbia Basin and Yakima Valley, it eventually is going to transition up. It's going to move on out of the area. We'll continue to see snow throughout the day. For tomorrow, another big storm coming through the area, mainly mixed precip right here at the Washington-Oregon state line, moving up to the north towards Spokane and the Idaho Panhandle. So that's what's going to be happening for the next 2 days. Couple of systems moving across our area. Let's time things out with Futurecast, and we're seeing the snow showers going all the way up a nice straight line across the east slopes of the Cascades in Oregon and Washington, spreading to the east, where we're going to see snowfall for sure by about 1 o'clock today. Most everybody will be seeing some snowflakes. Now that warm air coming up from the south is transitioning, that mixed precip coming up, and will eventually make its way into the Columbia Basin. So that could be rain, freezing rain, sleet, all kind of mixed in on top of that snow. So roads are going to be a little bit tricky to navigate the next couple of days. We have another band of mixed precip coming our way on Saturday morning as well through the Columbia Basin. Temperature trends looking good. We're starting to get up to our average. We'll be back to the average temp by Wednesday in the Tri-Cities. In Yakima, we're steadily coming up there as well, sitting just underneath that 40-degree mark, but finally getting those warmer temperatures back into our area. Look for afternoon snow today, 1 to 3 inches. We could see heavier snow in some areas. 25 for our high today, 27 in Dayton, 26 for Toppenish, 24 in Ellensburg. We've got that snow and wintry mix coming our way. So snow transitioning to the wintry mix overnight by early tomorrow morning could create some travel concerns for us tomorrow morning, or maybe even some school delays. So we'll keep a close eye on that for you. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. We'll stay in an alert day through Friday, and then we're going to transition to those warmer temperatures. Lots of showers, though. We have above average precipitation headed our way next week with above average temperatures, believe it or not, after this cold spell that we've been dealing with. Yakima will see temperatures close to 40 degrees beginning on Monday. Let's take a look at Walla Walla and Hermiston for today, also staying in the alert day through Friday, and then take a look at the rain and situation coming our way into next week. So again, be safe out there. Take a little extra time this morning. Some of the side roads are a little bit slippery. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. We turn to the extreme weather gripping much of the country. The death toll from the frigid conditions rising overnight, and much of the country is about to get even more snow. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
This morning, at least 31 deaths nationwide are now blamed on the Arctic blast gripping the U.S. Among the victims, a man in Wisconsin dying of hypothermia. 3 people in Oregon also dying of hypothermia as parts of the Northwest face heavy snow and ice. South of Portland, this truck sliding down an ice-covered road. Conditions so bad, DeAndre Ayton of the NBA's Portland Trail Blazers missed last night's game due to icy roads in his neighborhood. Temperatures in some states are 35 degrees below average. In Bolton, Mississippi, this water tank overflowing after a sensor froze. Water spilling onto the firehouse below, coating vehicles in a thick layer of ice. The severe cold snap leading to record electricity and natural gas demand from Texas to Tennessee. In Chicago, the Windy City suffering through a cold streak the likes of which hasn't been seen in nearly 30 years. And near Buffalo, more than 5 feet of snow has fallen in some areas since last weekend. Today, more cities are bracing for a second round of snow from the Midwest to the Mid-South. And then tomorrow, the East Coast sees snow 1 to 3 inches around New York City.
Snow went everywhere, went flying in all directions.
The fierce weather couldn't stop a doctor in Iowa who went above and beyond when his patient went into labor. He drove an ATV 20 miles through a snowstorm to deliver her baby.
This is a dream come true for me. To be here in a small town and provide the care we can in experiences like this is just how I imagined I'd be a doctor one day.
Parts of the Deep South will finally see a warm-up today, but the cold returns tomorrow. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, some people may notice their cars aren't performing as well in the cold. That's particularly true for electric vehicles. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can get the most out of your battery this weekend.
Do you experience persistent hand pain, numbness, or discomfort? Prosser Memorial Health Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel specializes in advanced procedures including endoscopic carpal tunnel release and trigger finger release. Relieve hand discomfort with expert care and call Prosser Orthopedic Center today at 509-786-5599 to schedule an appointment. This is how we care.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked with over $10 million in inventory. And more shipments are arriving daily, so we're forced to have an overstock clearance sale. Get big discounts of 15, 30, even up to 40% off select items in the store, with some discontinued items up to 70% off.
Our loss is your gain, as we have to make more room in our warehouses for new shipments arriving daily.
So for a short time, you can get big discounts.
While supplies last at Walker's.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there. You're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
Ring in the new year with style at More Furniture's New Year's sale this holiday weekend. We're celebrating all weekend long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses in time for the new year. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year's sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom or morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back. We continue to experience freezing temperatures, and that cold weather is impacting electric vehicles. However, there are things you can do to maximize your EV battery life in the winter weather. Jen Sullivan explains.
As much of the country battles the bitter cold, electric car owners are facing another problem. Their car's performance drops when the temperatures dip. The driving range isn't as long, and the charge isn't as strong.
EV batteries just tend to perform a little less.
Andrew Garberson works at Recurrent, an electrical vehicle battery research company. He says there are two issues that contribute to these problems. One, the electric car batteries operate on chemical reactions, and when it's cold, those chemical reactions slow down, and that reduces the car's driving range. The second issue is when it's cold, we crank up the heat. In electric cars, though, the heaters run on stored energy, which means less energy for driving long distances.
A lot of the reason that an EV will lose range in the winter is because it has to work so hard to keep its driver warm.
Tests by the consumer advocacy group Consumer Reports showed that EV driving range dropped by 25% on average in highway cruising in sub-freezing weather when compared to days with warmer temperatures. There is some good news, though.
There is no lasting impact on an EV battery from cold weather.
So what can you do if you're driving an electric vehicle in these frigid temperatures? AAA has some tips. 1. Preheat your car while it's plugged in. That will save energy. 2. Use seat warmers to help stay warm. They're more energy efficient and use far less power than your heater. And lastly, make sure you have winter tires to combat the snow.
Your car's age can also contribute to its battery life. Older electric cars won't drive as far. Coming up, conservative Supreme Court justices are voicing their support for weakening the power of federal regulators by overturning a 40-year-old precedent.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Another year in the rear view. We take a moment to remember the winding roads on our way to carving up snow peaks, the rush to their games and family fun, last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes, your favorite people in the passenger seat for game nights and tailgates, and all the journeys and memories that came between. Here is to gearing up for the roads ahead. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you find the right vehicle for your journey and keep it running at its best. For wherever this new year takes you, and to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With a family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Lease a 2023 Bronco Sport for $299 a month and get 2015 bonus cash only at your local Ford dealer.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Conservative Supreme Court justices are considering doing away with a precedent that has guided American law for 4 decades. And congressional leaders have met with President Biden as the threat of a government shutdown looms over the country once again.
And once again, a weather alert day. We're expecting snow for most of the day coming up. Right now, 18 degrees, dust devil sky cam. I'll have all the details in your first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Good Thursday morning. We have a weather alert day in place today, Riley, and we have been seeing a little bit of light snow right around the Washington-Oregon border towards Hermiston this morning. So let's peek outside and we'll see what we're getting. There's that little bit of light snow kind of skirting around, moving towards Walla Walla at this hour. Plus, we're seeing mountain snow falling across the Cascades once again today. You'll want to check those past reports. In fact, we'll do a quick check for you right now. Chains are required on Snoqualmie Pass, so be aware of that. White Pass closed in both directions due to avalanche and slides across the roadways there. Stevens Pass has light snow this morning with chains required. Meacham is closed, or I-84 I should say, 4 miles east of La Grande. And the good news is I-84 between Hood River into the Portland area is finally back open after a major ice storm there yesterday. Let's take a look at our winter storm warnings and watches and advisories. Heavy snow once again, mainly in the southern portion of the Cascades, but we'll see it all day. Another 3 to 15 inches of snow possible there with gusty winds. We're tracking 1 to 3 inches of snow here in the lower elevations and more mountain snow for the Blues. But again, be prepared for winter driving conditions later today into tonight. 18 degrees, a little bit chilly due to these light winds. Feels like 9 degrees. So get ready for that afternoon snow. Temperatures gradually warming up. We have another chance of wintry mix coming through the lower elevations on Friday, and more mountain snow continues. I'll get to all the details in your first alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. A major Supreme Court case is testing the power of the federal government to impose regulations. The case is being brought by fishermen fed up with the government interfering in their jobs. ABC's Derek Dennis has more.
You've been doing this for years. You love it.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do anything else.
New Jersey fisherman Stephen Axelson is one plaintiff in a closely watched case before the Supreme Court, challenging a law that requires federal observers to be on board commercial fishing boats, making sure the fishermen play by the rules when it comes to catch limits. The requirement became an added burden in recent years when the government mandated some fishermen pay the salaries of those observers, up to $700 per day.
We don't mind taking observers. You know, we have for decades now. But to be told to pay for it just isn't right.
The justices heard arguments yesterday. The fishermen's case centers on a 1984 court ruling that gives the government power to delegate disputes over federal regulations like fishing rules to policy experts at government agencies. The fishermen want that power taken away. Justice Sotomayor yesterday appeared ready to uphold the status quo.
We do delegate. We have recognized delegations to agencies from the beginning of the founding of interpretation.
But Justice Kavanaugh appeared willing to side with the fishermen, expressing concern about the executive branch, those federal agencies becoming too powerful.
that's why it's hard to find the right balance between restraint and letting the executive get away with too much.
In the end, fishermen say having to pay for government observers will deplete their already thin profits.
This is really about the government, without express authorization from Congress, imposing some additional huge costs on the industry.
What the court decides in this case could affect a variety of industries, from public health and safety to tax collection and even prescription drug development. The court's ruling is expected this summer. Tomorrow is the last day of funding for segments of the federal government. That's unless lawmakers can prevent a partial government shutdown. It would affect military, construction, veterans, transportation, the Energy Department, and more. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says his chamber should be able to vote on and pass a stopgap measure today, but the sticking point is that House Republicans want to address immigration first. Senators are working on a bipartisan immigration deal. The trouble is crafting one with enough support by tomorrow night. Congressional leaders met with the president yesterday. They emerged from the White House and touched on another urgent matter, funding for Ukraine. Now let's take a look at your morning weather forecast. Here's Stacy.
It's clear and a little breezy, but chilly this morning. Roads are a little slick on the side, so be safe out there. Take a little extra time. Your full weather forecast is on the way.
Plus, do you remember cloning? Well, research on the controversial science has continued on despite falling out of the public eye, and recent studies highlight some of the limits of cloning.
The Texans battle the Ravens Saturday on Apple Valley News Now.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,600 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
It's time to play Get to Know the Raptors and Alice. Favorite food?
Pizza, duh. Ribeye steak, rare.
A bowl of cantaloupe the size of a swimming pool.
Favorite triple play attraction?
2 words, arcade. The entire Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park.
Zipline. It's great for talking with guests.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more. All attached to a cozy hotel.
Cantaloupe, really?
Steak, really?
It's Monday Night Football on Saturday afternoon. Houston travels to Baltimore to face the Ravens, with the winner moving on to battle for the AFC Championship. The Texans and the Ravens. It all starts with NFL Countdown at 11 a.m. Saturday on Apple Valley News Now.
When you cry, it's for a good reason.
Yeah, or commercials. Sometimes commercials make me cry.
All right, I wasn't going to bring that up, but okay.
Next live, Sophia Vergara. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. You may remember the first mammal to be cloned was Dolly the sheep in 1996. Since then, scientists have cloned other mammals, including pigs, cows, horses, and dogs, but the success rate is low, and typically just a tiny percentage of embryos result in viable offspring. Now, Tuesday's issue of the journal Nature Communications is about how scientists cloned a new monkey species.
That's right. Meet 3-year-old Retro. He is a cloned rhesus monkey born in July of 2020. Retro's is only the second species of primate that scientists have been able to clone successfully using a technique called somatic cell nuclear transfer. Now, according to a study, 113 reconstructed embryos, 11 were transferred to 7 surrogates, resulting in only 1 live birth, and that's him, Retro.
And he's not the first cloned monkey, though. Zhang and Hua, a type of macaque monkey species, are now more than 6 years old. Researchers say being able to successfully clone monkeys might help accelerate biomedical research because there are limitations on what scientists can learn from lab mice.
Now, this is controversial, this issue, obviously, but for ethical reasons, research on primates, which are closer to humans, has undoubtedly been pivotal in some life-saving medical advances. So I don't know, would you like a clone of you?
A clone of myself? I don't know about that one. Would you?
I would like to clone my dog. I love my little.
I would agree with that.
My little
one,
puppy.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So, but humans, not so much, right?
Correct.
All right. Your first alert weather forecast and ski report is coming up here in just a few minutes.
And a flight from Tokyo to Seattle turned into chaos when a passenger began yelling and acting violent to flight attendants. We'll hear from one of the other passengers aboard coming up.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching.
Looking for a car with more room for adventure? Make your presence known when you drive away in a new 2024 Kia Sportage LX with all-wheel drive from Overturf Kia. Now only $29,999. Plus, get 4.25% interest for up to 48 months. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All you have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning. We have a weather alert day due to, well, snow headed our direction. The lower elevations, we're going to pick up anywhere from 1 to 3 inches through the area. Heavier in some elevations, though, so be prepared for that. The snow will start a little bit later this morning, early afternoon, and last pretty much all night long. Let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. We've been seeing some light snow falling in the Hermiston area, Hermiston to Pendleton, transitioning to that wintry mix. There is some warm air mixing in with the cold front that we've been seeing, and here's what it looks like a little closer up. There's that mixed precipitation, so that's rain mixed with snow and even sleet. So roadways are going to be slick later on. 18 degrees right now in our Dust Devil Geisa Stadium Skycam. Winds are at 7 miles an hour, so the feels like temp is 9 degrees. A little bit chilly out there. Here's our storm track for today, moving in off the coast, and then we have a southerly flow, so that's going to bring the warmer air up from the south. We'll see that mixed precip down in the center part of Oregon. Snow showers as we continue to see our cold front, but it's eventually getting squeezed out of the area. And then tomorrow, more of that mixed precipitation. So that's rain mixed with snow, and sleet is possible in the region. So be prepared for slick roads later today and overnight into the early part of tomorrow morning. Most of that system moves on up. We get a little bit of a break. Things will quiet down Friday into Saturday, and then our next system starts to move across the area. Here's our snow on our future cast. Here's the entire region by early afternoon. We'll be seeing that. So start looking out for snow coming here in the next couple of hours. That mixed precip stays right there below the state line. Then it starts to move up as the temperatures warm up into the Columbia Basin. Snow now moving up towards the Spokane area. We have a little bit of a break going into Saturday, and then another system moves through the region. We're talking rain mixed with snow, mixed precip, ice through the region. Just be prepared for that if you're going to be out on those roads over the next couple of days. Temperatures, the good news, are warming back up. We'll be back to our average by the time we get to middle of next week in the Tri-Cities. We're staying cool, but gradually warming up to close to our average in Yakima as well. Let's take a look at those temperatures overnight tonight. Warmer than we've been seeing, where most of us are above the teens tonight. We'll be at 23 in Walla Walla, 25 in the Tri-Cities in Yakima, 24 degrees tonight in Ellensburg, and 23 for Hermiston. Let's take a look at our temperatures for tonight. That's today, excuse me, tonight. There we go. I got a little lost there for a sec. All right, we'll see temperatures tonight in the 20s through the region, right above freezing or just below the freezing level in most of our region. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. It's going to be wet. We have weather alert days through Friday. Temperatures warming close to normal as we head into next week. For Walla Walla and Hermiston, look for those snow showers and mixed precip through the area like we've been seeing already today. That will eventually taper off tomorrow midday or so. So a little bit stormy coming up for the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures up into the 40s as we get to the middle of next week for both Walla Walla and Hermiston. All right, let's take a peek outside at our Schweitzer Mountain camera right now. They've been seeing some snow. Looks like it's starting to clear up, so it should be a great day up at Schweitzer, but you're going to want to bundle up. Conditions are pretty chilly and frigid up there. Let's take a look at our ski report. 7 degrees is our projected daytime high up at Schweitzer with the wind chill at -11. A little bit cold out there, but they did get 8 inches of new snow over the last 24 hours. Heading over to Bluewood, which should be getting ready to open up for the weekend. We've got fresh snow there as well, 6 inches. 28 degrees with the wind chill of 11, so bundle up. Again, layering is important when you're up on the mountain. We see a daytime high at White Pass today of 23 with 6 inches of new snow and the wind chill right around 4 degrees. Your mountain ski report is brought to you by Schweitzer Mountain Ski Resort. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. An American man has been arrested for allegedly biting a flight attendant on a plane from Tokyo to Seattle. Connor Board reports.
About an hour into an ANA Airlines flight from Tokyo to Seattle, chaos began.
I was waked up. The guy, the criminal, was action with violently with the flight attendant.
A.G. Kawauchi was on his way to Seattle for a work trip. He said he woke up to an American man screaming and being violent to the female flight attendant. He said the man was sat back down in his seat, but then got up again and seemed very panicked and tried to open the exit door.
Scream, call 911, help me, I get out of this plane, like that. Then he was trying to open the emergency exit.
AG said about 5 passengers were able to help flight attendants to keep the man from opening the exit door. ANA Airlines said the man bit a flight attendant. AG did not see that, but said the man ended up having to be restrained with zip ties.
To hold him.
Unruly passengers on planes have become more common since the pandemic. Last year in the U.S., the FAA says there were 2,075 unruly passengers on planes. That number is slightly lower than last year and much lower than the peak in 2021, but is still double the number of incidents the FAA saw in 2019 and 2020. AG says he is thankful for how his flight crew and the passengers reacted to keep everyone safe in a frightening situation.
Try to open the emergency gate. That's very terrible, scary.
After the departure of former head coach Kalen DeBoer to Alabama, the University of Washington has introduced its new football coach. Jed Fish says that the UW has what it takes to win a national championship. Fish comes one season removed from leading the University of Arizona to their highest finish in 25 years at 10-3 and brings a lot of collegiate and pro experience to the job.
I chose this university because you believe that every year is a championship year. Winning in football is a priority in Seattle, and as I look out and see what's the future and I see the potential.
The Huskies open the season against Weber State on August 31st. The Apple Cup between the Washington and Washington State is scheduled for September 14th at Lumen Field in Seattle. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details and new questions on the Bahamas shark attack that sent a 10-year-old Maryland boy to the hospital.
Everyone was fractured trying to figure out what was going on.
This morning, we're hearing from another tourist who saw the aftermath of the attack.
The mom was a hero. She jumped right into action.
Law enforcement sources telling ABC News the incident took place at the Atlantis Resort, as seen in this video posted to the resort's Facebook page. Doctors Hospital in the Bahamas saying in a statement the boy successfully underwent surgery before being airlifted back to the United States. Now, Bahamian lawmakers asking how safe these types of experiences really are. And we'll have much more on these types of shark excursions and how they're regulated coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Schools across our region are delayed and closed this morning. Athena Weston, Elgin, Milton Freewater, Goldendale, Starbuck, Dixie, Walla Walla, LeGrand, North Powder, Union, and College Place school districts are on a 2-hour delay, along with Calvary Christian School. The Ione, Morrow County, Pilot Rock, and Umatilla school districts are on a 3-hour delay. The Pendleton and Helix school districts are closed for the day. The Sela police officer involved in a shooting during a reported burglary investigation has been identified as Officer Michael Kramer. The shooting happened Sunday. The Yakima Valley Special Investigations Unit identified the suspect as 35-year-old Corey M. Faulkner. The Sela Police Department is doing an administrative review of the case to determine if the officer's actions were within the Sela Police Department's policies and procedures. There were a number of crashes on I-82 yesterday, including this one on the eastbound side near Badger Canyon. According to the Washington State Patrol, a number of semi-trucks jackknifed on the eastbound side. Both lanes of traffic were shut down for a couple of hours. No major injuries were reported. The crash also took out the nearby "Welcome to Kennewick" sign. At least 7 people have died in Oregon this week due to severe winter weather. According to authorities, 2 people were killed after trees fell, one while in his house and the other in an RV. Portland area officials say they are investigating 4 deaths believed to be caused by hypothermia. The Weather Service is warning drivers that the rain is likely to turn to ice on the roads, causing more dangerous conditions. Lawyers for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students are asking for the judge to let the public hear some of their arguments. Judge John Judge denied both of the defense's attempts to get charges dismissed back in December. Just before Christmas, Kohberger's team asked the judge to reconsider that decision, filing a sealed request. Now they want to let the public hear their reasoning. The case is marked with multiple media restrictions due to a strict gag order in place. Washington State University unionized student workers came to a tentative agreement with the administration not long after going on strike. According to the union, the deal included some important last-minute concessions, including more affordable health care, higher wages, 6 weeks of paid parental leave, and other benefits. The agreement is now headed to the union bargaining members for a vote tomorrow. If ratified, the contract will be valid through August of 2026. It is the first for academic student employees of the university. Today is the second day of the Richland School District's forum to discuss perspectives on an adjusted calendar. RSD is considering shortening the summer break to 8 weeks, 2 weeks shorter than what it is currently. You can see an example schedule on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com, and if you want to get involved, there's a Zoom meeting happening tonight at 6:30. There's also that link on our website.
And we have a weather alert day. We're expecting snow in the area. We're already seeing some light snow and mixed precipitation. Hermiston to Pendleton, heading up towards Milton Freewater. Mixed precip just starting to hit Walla Walla. And we'll continue to see this slide on up from the south later today. So look for a snowy day outside. Right now it's 18 degrees on our Dust Devil Sky Cam. Our feels like temperature is 9 degrees. A little bit chilly start. You'll want to get started a little early. Give yourself a little extra time. Side roads are a little slick this morning. The highways where everybody's been driving all night were looking pretty good so far. That's going to transition and change as that snow starts to fall, and maybe even a little wintry mix coming into the area. Let's take a look at our 7-day planner. There we go. We've got our snow. We'll see those highs today at 25, dropping down to 21. So we're starting to gradually warm. We'll see temperatures closer to 30 degrees with some fog developing in Yakima. We have a little bit of a break late Friday into Saturday, and then we have another system moving across the region. But temperatures finally getting back to normal as we head towards the end of the week, or the middle, I should say, of next week, with temperatures hitting 41 in the Tri-Cities finally, and 39 respectively there in Yakima. Let's take a look at Walla Walla and Hermiston. 23 for your high today. Those overnight lows in the low 20s with mixed precipitation. Again, that's transitioning up right around the state line and moving into the Columbia Basin, Yakima and Kittitas valleys. There's also winter weather advisories for the Cascades and the Blues with winter driving conditions all through the region. So check out those past reports and take a little extra time. Stay warm today. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock. You can always find the latest updates on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com.